It's Care Providers of Minnesota's The Inside Scoop, featuring your advocacy team, Patty Cullen, Toby Pearson, Aaron Bowie, and Todd Bergstrom. This week's host, Toby Pearson.
Welcome to today's Inside Scoop. Today is Friday, January 25th, 2019. And here we go. What'd they do? Well, this week, what they did at the Capitol. First, the most important one was Housley. Senator Housley had a hearing in her newly named Family Care and Aging Committee. What did they do? Well, MDH came in, Commissioner Malcolm came in and explained kind of what they've been doing on the OHFC side to help improve their survey process and kind of clear the backlog of all the old reports. They then transitioned to reports regarding what's been going on in each of the subcommittees that have been working in the interim. So briefly what they were, Jan Malcolm, the commissioner, went through Licensure. She talked about where we are, how talks are progressing, and all the work that took place there. They then got reports regarding the report card for assisted living, the dementia unit training for assisted living, quality and safety for assisted living. You get the theme here. These are all assisted living. Consumer rights in assisted living, and electronic monitoring. Probably the most noteworthy of all the reports was the licensure one. Again, we are headed towards one license, one contract, no more separate housing and services. How we detail those things is still up for negotiation, but that seems to be where we're headed right now. Also, on the Senate side, Senator Benson had a hearing in her committee where they talked about the non-controversial issues from last year that are continuing to move forward. As you recall, Senator Abler had the hearing last week, Senator Benson had the hearing this week. These are most of the issues that we had ironed out between the Long-Term Care Imperative, the Home Care Association, and MDH, and the home care rules and some of the changes that they want to make there. Very non-controversial, but it continues to move forward, which shows that they want to get something done to get some wins moving into a deeper part of the session. On the House side, they continued their background hearings, talking about what's going on in funding, what does DHS do, what does MDH do. The most noteworthy of the items that came up was they did a little bit deeper dive on where the spending is in long-term care. So they broke it out into here's the spending on skilled nursing facilities, here's the spending on all of the waivers, so CADI, CAC, DD, TBI. They broke down all the waiver categories as well as elderly waiver. They also then demonstrated what percent of all the waiver spending elderly waiver is. They figured it to be about 12%, but they showed the increase line as a pretty extreme line. So they are now starting to kind of figure out where the cost drivers are within the categories, with some special attention paid to long-term care. Lots of questions, lots of answers, but they will start their work on hearing bills in the coming weeks as they start to say, what do we want to do to change some of these? Also this week, at our board retreat, we had representatives from both the House and the Senate leadership, as well as the Commissioner's office, come and talk about their view of long-term care moving forward. So we had new Commissioner Tony Laurie, and we had the holdover Commissioner Jan Malcolm come and talk about where their departments see long-term care headed. Then we also had Senator Gazelka and Senator Housley, as well as Representative Hortman, who is the Speaker of the House, as well as Jen Schultz, who is the representative that chairs the Aging, and I can't remember what the name is, committee on the House side. And they all kind of talked about different issues, including spending, including bigger picture issues in the budget, what their priorities are, It went very well. They gave a lot of good information to our members who were present, but it was also a reflection of our importance that they all showed up this early in the session to come and talk to our board of directors. So thanks to them for coming. It was very nice to have you. Next week we have on board, we're told that electronic monitoring bill is going to be heard in the Senate Family and Aging Committee that Senator Housley chairs, and hopefully we'll move out of that committee and start the process. That is the update for this week's Inside Scoop. Thanks for watching.